Yellow. I am ThreePlusKei, and I'm here. I am here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. Hey, Poppy. um Before I get into the intro, no, don't hate Poppy me. What? I didn't look at the. So Poppy, that was. Poppy sent me a picture of her cute baby. And I was like, look at my baby. Boop, 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 boop. And then she sent me another picture of a baby. And I was like, this baby is Korean. Who is this? Who is it? Well, we found out today that Poppy is Korean. So, I mean, who knew? But we know now. So obviously I'm not set up. I'm Italian. They got Koreans in Italia. They got Koreans over there in Italia. I bet. You know. It's okay, Poppy. Like we accept you. You're mixed. It's okay. You know, this is America. We're all sorts of different peoples, and sometimes you come across a Korean Italian on a YouTube channel. It's a beautiful thing. It's what makes America great. I'm Swedish, Scottish, and my dad is full Italian. Yeah, somebody in there. So I did see the other day, I always use the example, and it warmed my heart, actually. I always encourage people toward foster care and adoption. I think it's what we should be doing. There's a lot of kids out there without homes, right? And so one thing people will say is like, well, I want a kid that looks like me. And I always tell them, I don't know if it's true. I didn't think it was true. But I tell people, if you want a kid that looks like you, that is, in my mind, perfectly acceptable. I said there are 500,000 kids in the foster care system in the United States. So if you wanted a blue-eyed Asian boy, you could probably find one and adopt him. And I thought it was kind of like a silly. Anyway, I was watching something the other day. I think it was like a Jubilee, like, do all teenagers think the same or something like that? And what did you know? There was an Asian guy with beautiful blue eyes. He was beautiful. He was absolutely stunning. I've never seen such a thing. But now I can say, if you want a blue-eyed Asian kid to adopt, he exists. I'm sure of it. Poppy says, are your kids black? I don't know why, but I feel like you'd adopt some Korean babies. That's a good question. That's a really good question, actually. My kids are not black. My oldest is like black and white. But her mom isn't full black. You can tell from her hair. So I don't know what else is going on in there. But yeah, my kid is less than 50% black. And my youngest is Chippewa Cree, Native American, full stop, full blown. I had to, and this is the other thing people don't consider. When you adopt or foster or marry into a family like where the kids are not your same race, it really does matter. Like, don't do the all they need is love. To the point, I live in Montana and there's a lot of like mixed kids here, or people will adopt black. Their hair is a mess. My friend stories Pursue the Smile merchandise in her store, in her salon, is where people go of color to get their hair done, and she's booked like a month out. And I say that to say, when my youngest came, I knew natives, but I didn't know any natives that were. Anyway, I just went on Facebook and I was like, I'm about to adopt this kid that's native. Can all my native friends come forth and teach me what I should know, where we should be going? And so sure enough, like, we did some stuff. We were doing this thing called circle dancing. That was the first thing I did. That was like a Native American thing. I took my kid to the circle dance. She knew exactly what to do. I felt so out of place. I have never done something like that. And then my first powwow with her, which is like this big event, I kept asking questions and she was so annoyed. She was so annoyed. I was in there chair dancing to the drums, and she just like, I actually, the picture I took of us was her covering her face. She was so embarrassed. And I feel like, listen, I'm a dance. I don't care if I'm at a Native American powwow. I don't care if we're doing the Cupid shuffle. I had somebody, when I first moved to Montana, they were not swing dancing. They were doing some kind of country, like line dancing. I'll get up in there. I'm a dance boy. But yeah, it is important. Love does not, your kid needs to have an attachment to who they are. And I've seen it, actually, bringing it back to this being a Christian channel, I've seen it go left in families, in Christian families that are like, we don't believe in race. There's, the thing. It sounds so stupid to me, but there's only one race, the human race, and that's how we're gonna raise our kid. But what ends up happening is you're probably raising your non-white child in white spaces without consideration of the microaggressions and offenses that they're most likely, and rejections, and I'm not like these people. Like, I remember going out with my foster parents one time, and somebody asked me, they ordered first. It was like at KFC or something. They asked, my parents said their order, and then she like looked at me like, oh, like, you have a separate order? She said something to that effect. And it's like, right, I know I'm not white. And you know what I mean? Like, something doesn't belong. And so you want to be mindful of instances like that. If you're going to foster and adopt and marry into families with children that don't look like you, you should be prepared. You should be prepared to assist your child. Let's see. Yeah, so we were going to do behind the scenes Ecclesiastes chapter 1 today. I kind of, and I've been pretty transparent about this, right? Like, I did it again. I did money season. I overworked myself. And then on top of it, I accepted another position at work, which is like more work on top of it. So I'm trying to figure out my schedule. Oh, here comes the stupid question. If you guys aren't used to being here, YouTube will like prompt me to ask you guys a question that I think is dumb every time. It went away. But anyway, I work out, and sometimes you see me doing Gym and Jesus, but I do strength training for 1 hour, and then I walk for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and 30 minutes of that is some type of cardio. And so I'm going to end it now at 6:40. I'm just going to end it. I really miss the time when the live stream was just more like I was more present, and I don't have the capacity because I have a lot of things that I'm juggling, and I want to figure out how to manage that better. Oh, Poppy says I need to start working out again once I get back into the groove of work. That's exactly my point. Is just like I work all the time, and so Poppy, I'll tell you what I did. We're one step closer. I look like a mess. We're one step closer to getting the Bibles to you. I put purple packaging into my car, so at least that's there. So when I'm near UPS or the post office, I can then bring it there. It's not okay. So that's one thing. New merch is out. This is only for Poppy. These aren't on the website. These aren't on the website yet. Can you see that? It's Pursue the Smile, the logo, and then underneath here, it just says PursueTheSmile.com. So I'm going to send you one sticker, but you have to promise to put it on something. You can't just because one thing that irks my soul, and it just kind of is what it is, and I need to be more mindful. I'll have merch that I'll give out to people, and I see that they don't appreciate it. And my thing is this, you go to a fair or something and people have whatever, pens and all this sort of thing. They're corporations and companies that have a budget. Their merch is a line item. Everything you see happening is of me. So these stickers did not come from Pursue the Smile or 3+Kei bank accounts. These stickers came from Lakeitha's bank account. The t-shirts came from Lakeitha's bank account. The chapstick came from Lakeitha's bank account. And so I never say anything, but it is highly bothersome to me when people treat the merch that they get for free oh, look, I got a free, look at it. It's this was money. This was my literal 9 to 5 money that bought it. So anyway, okay, so one for you for your phone. And then here's the other question. If you know anybody else that will put this somewhere on their laptop, on their water bottle, on their phone, these can go on cars. I had 2 people put them on their cars today. Some restaurants allow you to If you know people, tell me how many to give you, and I will give you that amount. Okay, so we've got 2. These 2 are for you. And if you think of anything more during this live stream, as long as they're going to get put on something, and I would love to have these put in different states. I think that would be utterly fantastic. So, and Ben, if you're here, I know you don't like to say nothing. But Ben, if you're here, there's one coming your way as well. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, spread it. So here's the thing. I went to register the James House. For those of you that don't know, the James House is a long-term Christian group home for adolescent boys. And Pursue the Smile exists to raise capital for the James House. Just so you know, when you're talking to people and they're like, what does Pursue the Smile even mean? I mean, if you could just get out Christian group home and the website supports it, you know what I mean? And 3+Kei in like what the reason why I'm kind of here, and if I could figure out how to do it in a super slick manner, I, as a personality, exist like in theory to like talk about, to like promote PursueTheSmile.com and the James House. And, you know, we don't do that all the time. There's other interests I also want to promote. Jesus Christ. And get your butt out there on a treadmill somewhere and learn something while you're at it. You know what I mean? Okay, 2 of these for Poppy. This is exciting. And my job, if you're curious, is to get rid of 14 a day. I have 1,000 stickers to distribute. The goal is distribute 1,000 stickers in a manner that they're being put on things. Distribute 1,000 stickers by the end of the year, which is lofty because I have 2 stickers left, which means I gave out 12 today. It's a little harder than it seems. But anyway, I went to register the James House. And guess what? And the name is already registered. So you know what I did register is the James House, Montana. And why is it important that I registered the James House, Montana? Because this is the pilot program for this group home. So then, Poppy, maybe there's the James House, Pennsylvania. Or the James House, Illinois. Should have called it the Poppy House, because it would be popping. No, we don't need them boys popping. We need them to sit down somewhere. Sit down and study. You know? Yeah. So that's what I got going on today. I apologize for not. We're going to start professionalism tomorrow. I'm all hunched over. I never sang the song. It's terrible, guys. We got to bring this thing back. Popping them in the booties till they study. I just don't know. Not in a group home. I don't want to be associated with that. Do not whoop them boys. We don't whoop them boys at the James House, Montana. Now, Poppy, at Poppy's house, them boys might get whooped. That's her operation. You know, sometimes you need I'll tell you, I worked with these kids. ages 5 to 11, 18 of them. And there were three brothers. There were three brothers. And I tell this story because, like, I shouldn't have told it, but the youngest was 4. And for what, and then there was a 5-year-old, and then there was a 6-year-old. And the 5 and 6-year-old were in my class. The 5-year-old, one day I was trying to get the kids inside, and he was like, I was like, yo, you gotta get in the line, my guy. And he was like, I'll slap you in your face. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I would never let a child talk to me like that, bro. So anyway, there's a longer story to it. But I stopped what I was doing. I looked him dead in his eyes, because here's the thing about me. I don't care if you're 5. That's the issue with these kids today, is that people care. This is a side note. I'm going to put a pin in that. I just met the cutest little boy in a Jordan jersey. And I was saying to his dad, like, oh, I like that. I just taught my 4-year-old niece how to say, Jordan when she throws something. And the little boy, and I was saying, like, the dad wanted her to say Kobe. And then the little boy in the Jordan outfit was like, Kobe. I didn't know what to say. Shout out to that Jordan. You don't see too much Jordan. Anyway, the 5-year-old, I looked him in his eyes and I was like, I wish you would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will lose my job today. That's what I told him. And he got back in line. I never had an issue from him or the 6-year-old. And they used to call me for the 4-year-old to put him to sleep, because he would toss tables in his classroom. He would toss tables, throw the chairs on the floor, the whole thing. And I would just snatch his little 4-year-old self up. I'm going to tell y'all something. Because it's one of those things, like, if you know. If you need to calm down, specifically a little boy, between, like, I've done it all the way up to an 8-year-old. I'm going to show you what to do. And it is, like, I work with kids, so this isn't me. So this is the child, right? And they're kind of like worked up, like they're escalated. You put your hand on their chest and you lean them forward. You have to be strong and sturdy to do it. You lean them forward. Oops. And you, not hard, and you get a rhythm. And for whatever reason, somebody explained it to me, actually, like the science behind it, it just regulates them. So you chest, hand to chest, lean them forward. You put a little pressure on it, but you're not hitting. Don't hit them. And they calm down. I don't know what that's about. I've done that to so many kids, and they just like, and it could be, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman too, and they get a little like motherly kind of, you know what I mean? But he would go straight to sleep. I don't know why I was telling you guys this story. That happened. I worked at another school too. And they just kind of made me the unofficial call Miss Lakeitha. And you know what I learned? Is that these kids just need to talk. And in a classroom, that's why you have to respect teachers. The teachers have 20-something kids. They don't have time to like listen to you explain why you just threw the thing. Or one time a little girl, she hit a little boy. And I watched it happen in front of me. And she was like, you know how you label somebody like the bad kid? She was like the bad kid. You know what I mean? But he took her toy. Like she was peaceful. She was like playing with her toy by herself. They were 3 by herself, not bothering anybody. And this little boy comes around and just takes her toy from her. And she, and all you heard was and him start crying. The teacher didn't even ask what had happened. But she approached the little girl like the little girl had done something and asked me to take the little girl out of the room. And I say this like, Miss Shelley, that's my homegirl to this day. She was the only one that accepted me at that school. That's another story for another time. But you have all these kids and all these activities and all this stuff going on. You don't have time as a teacher to sit down and get the story in real time. You have 18 other kids to attend to. And I think we need to be more understanding of the teacher's position instead of popping off on the teachers all the time, right? But anyway, at that school, they also had me, they would call Miss Key. I would come in, take the child out of the classroom and regulate them. And all it was with the regulation was taking the time to be like, how are you feeling and what's going on in your life? There was this one kid, Ethan, who was forever in trouble. He was like 10 and he was athletic and tall. So like when he turned up, he really turned up. And to my point that I was just talking about, he was a white kid. His parents were black. They were like doctors or something. And they adopted Ethan. So like even that's the reverse of even what I was talking about, right? Like what is his life experience? You know, to even be reminded you're like adopted daily because the people around you don't look like you. However, you know, lovely they might be. And I want to tell you something about this 3-year-old this 3-year-old little girl I was just telling you about. I got cool with the whole family because they had moved, we'll say for confidentiality, they had moved from the South suddenly. And I still don't have the full story. I will say the dad ended up somebody, you know what I mean? So I think they were kind of running from something, but they uprooted very, very suddenly. And so the kids, they have 4 kids, and they just had to like figure it out all of a sudden. It's like, do you understand what that's like? And they had a family support system. They had a family support system that the kids were uprooted from too. So they went from having nothing to moving to California, like clear across the country, have no family support. The parents are stressed out and they have to make their way into school. It's like, once you get this story, and I only got it from the mom because she wasn't trying to hear nothing. But I talked to her one day. It's called a compliment sandwich. So if you have some news to give somebody, like those of you who are like managers or even you have kids, a positive and then the feedback, not criticism, right? But the feedback of what it is that they went ahead and did. And then another compliment. So it might look like for the 3-year-old, she really enjoys telling jokes. Like, she's like real deal, legit hilarious at 3, right? But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you this, Mom. This is me talking to Mom. She kicks children. She kicks her peers. She gives them a good swift kick, right? Another positive. And I know, she's got these behaviors together, but she still will come alongside the teacher and be helpful. Anyway, I was consistently hitting the mom with this because she's stressed out. And she finally opened up to me. She started crying one day, and she was like, "Oh, Miss Lakeitha, you're the..." All day long, I get calls about how bad my kids are. All day long. And can I tell you something else? What's up with Allison? I texted, tell her I said hi. Hope she's doing okay. But in life, when you have feedback to give somebody, you really want to have, it's called, in this profession, it's called building rapport. You want to build rapport with somebody. So by the time you give them some criticism or feedback, it's not so bad. It's not like you're just hammering in on them. Let me just read this. Jesus loves you, my sister. Pray to him and he will help you and give you strength through all the pain and struggle you don't talk about. I talk about it all. God bless you. Thank you. And I'll actually leave it on that note. Tomorrow we're going to have our poop in a group. We're going to be professional. We're going to sing our song and we're going to go through Ecclesiastes. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Good night.